What's up, everybody? This is Colin. I'm here today with Donovan. We're going to do another creative review, as we have many. I'll do a quick screen share and pick up where we left off yesterday. All right, perfect. You put the insights there for everything from yesterday. Perfect. All right, so another, what's it called? Fungus mushroom series. Yeah. All right. High quality. It is high quality. It is the one with the shit on top again, yeah? The one you used a couple of times already.
The last one you didn't like because it had that white little ball next to it.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So you said good contrast with the surroundings, tentacles on the flower draw my attention. Yeah, I think definitely the red part draws the attention, but I don't think the contrast is that great because there's a lot going on in this image. You see the green here and the background, it's not crisp, right? It's not HD, but it's also not blurred as much.
Yeah.
So when we say the contrast, so there is contrast, definitely, but we're looking for that pop, right? And that pop is not here that much because there's a lot of that brownish sluggish right here, which is also obviously resembled here. So if that brown would not be on top, then perhaps or maybe you could turn it red with Photoshop or whatever, it might like beam a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, mushroom focus. Yeah, I think this is fine. As you can see here, the background is a lot more blurred. And well, I can see it's a mushroom because of the shape and the stalk here, but yeah, the top, or how do we say, the bottom photography is obviously not ideal on this one, but this one would be fine just to throw into the mix, give it 10,000 impressions. But I feel like this one is a lot better, right? Here you can clearly see the stalk, so it will, even though the camera shot is from the bottom, right? It's not as hard to identify this as a mushroom compared to this, right? Sure. Because here the stalks are way longer, and obviously there's more of them. It's one of the best contrasts. Dark purple, light purple against green. It just comes forward, right? Yeah. So this one is definitely very nice. What did you say about it? Good contrast with the background-ish. This one, yeah. Red color. How is this red?
Purple, red.
You were wearing them UV glasses again, yeah? All right, let's see. Flowers look like a parachute. Image contrast with background. So it's high quality. Why would it be a benefit if it looks like a parachute?
No benefit, yeah. That's what drew my attention to it straight away.
Okay. But it's a flower.
A parachute won't help the situation.
Sorry?
Me thinking of it as a parachute won't help what I'm trying to actually get across.
No, I think in general, even if you would say that this is a flower, I think it would be extremely hard to tell that this is a flower. I would think it's extremely hard to tell what this is in general. Okay. Right? We have this little stalk thingy which you can barely see, even though I 10x'd the image, right? Mm-hmm. So and then this is where the focus is at. This one there's not. So this is where the focus is at, but it looks like a waving piece of candy or whatever is in the wind, right? Could be a parachute, right? Because the ribbly factor gives it that feel, but now the headline won't make sense, right? That we're probably going to use. So this one is not as suitable. I'll give it an official thumbs down. Yeah, this is infected something. Yeah, I don't think it's that clear that this would be a mushroom. It looks like a candied apple. No?
Yeah, cool.
But the contrast is there. So I think if it just like, I'm saying it doesn't look like a mushroom, but if it's just solely about getting the attention, yes, obviously white on red with like a dark background, it works extremely well. So this would be suitable. It just doesn't look like a mushroom, but it's suitable. Yeah, the shininess, definitely, I agree. Yeah, this is the one where I looked at before and I was thinking, what the fuck am I looking at? So it's an unusual looking, 100%. It's focused and it has good contrast. All true. Yet the question remains. So this is probably, these are probably pedal drops. So can you imagine how far this is zoomed in with like some kind of crazy camera? People will have no clue what the fuck they're looking at. If the water drops might not be there, it might be a little bit more clear if it's like an empty branch where just the things are growing out of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, this one is awesome, right? There's nothing else to look at. Blurred background, dark bark, super bright, iconic. So this one is taken from the top, but one thing I want to show you is that this looks like a mushroom. Stalk and then the cap is very much visible, right? If we look at something like we had before, where something like this, because the stalk is not clearly visible, it's more difficult to tell that it's a mushroom, right?
Yeah.
Here, stalk, mushroom. Stalk, mushroom. Is this called stalk? Yeah, right?
Yeah, it is a stalk. Yeah,
okay. So yeah, and obviously the color could not be better, right? It's perfect. So this is definitely together with this one, because I like this one a little bit more because it's a little bit more intense, but this one is like, yeah. I will give you an 8.5 out of 10. I'll throw some hearts around. Perfect, perfect. Okay. But this one makes me cry, Donovan. This one makes me cry. Scratch my eyes out.
Yeah.
Why? The thing is, the green and the bluish on the super green background, it just will not pop, right? It doesn't do it like this does it. This one also has great contrast. It's just too difficult to see what it is. But this one just fades away. The blue gets the attention, but you can't really see that well that that's a mushroom.
Okay.
This one is again beautiful, but it's not the pattern that people are used to seeing from mushroom, right? Or a fungi. So this might definitely be that type. You can use this if you use like a flower angle, because I believe it looks a little bit more like a flower or something exotic than the fungi.
Okay.
This one is too zoomed in.
Yeah.
It's HD, so it's nice, but too zoomed in. This one looks more like a flower than it's also too zoomed in and taken from the wrong angle. Are you writing it down or should I keep doing this?
I'm writing it down, I'm writing it down.
Okay, then I will skip doing that. Oh, okay. That's an interesting. That's why I wanted you to write the argument so I can actually understand what you're thinking. So you said the hair on the mushroom was my main reason for selecting this image. Why?
I don't know. I just thought it was weird, and if I saw it, I would go and click on it. I would want to find out more about it.
Yeah, it is strange, definitely. Especially the spidey webs around it as well, yeah? Make it unique, and they carry some drops and stuff. Now, where are the hairs right now? Or the spidey webs?
Yeah.
They're so small.
Yeah.
You can't see the drops. They look like flakes of gold right now.
True.
Right? So now imagine this being on a website like CNN with all the banners and the colors and everything. It will just fade away.
Okay.
Right? Which is a shame because it's a nice image. But therefore, something like this and this, if it's just too simple, it doesn't work. It has to be like bang.
Okay.
This one is elegant, but that's basically it. Okay. You know, it doesn't have the core features of the mushroom. This one, so basically these three, if I would line them all up, maybe there's more. Yeah, I think this one is a little better already. This one, yeah. So let's just leave this one out. This one by itself could be an image to test. I'm just not feeling it myself, right? I don't think it will do well. The reason for this is there's a faded one in the background, right? Which ties into this image. You see?
Yeah.
It's like one slope pattern, but this one is faded. So therefore, this one doesn't pop as much. And the color pattern itself, the blue with the white, is not as intense. Now, for these three, you could basically use the same approach. They all don't really look like mushrooms, but they're all great in their own way, because this looks strange, right?
Yeah.
For this one, I have questions, right? What is this? Because it looks like, oh, look how small it is. This is like a spider, so big. So it's super zoomed in, but this is like something you would want to touch, but probably should not touch.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this one is great. Then with this, you can clearly see these are mushrooms from the button, but this could also be something under a microscope, right? Yeah. If you look at it, you're like, okay, the red, intense, the dark background, pop, suitable. This one, strange, right? These look like hairy. They're clustered together, which I think here is a benefit. If they would be separate, it would not be as present. But again, the blurred dark background, good. So these three, kind of in the same pattern, probably use the same headline on it. This one is too zoomed in, right? It's just one big block of green. It would need a little bit more surroundings to make it fit. And I don't know what this is. Maybe somebody put a turd next to the shrooms. But yeah, that doesn't work that well for me. Yeah. It's not suitable because of the white things in the background, right? And that's a common pattern what you see. All the images which are not suitable have light backgrounds. All the images that are suitable have dark backgrounds, because the darkness in the background makes the image contrast come forward, which is basically what you're looking for. I like this one, but it's... You can just tell it's not as strong. So if we look at this one compared to, for example,
I agree.
This one, I feel this one is way stronger because of the brightness of the color relative to the background color.
Agreed.
But it's worth to be tested, this one.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, right? It's a 10,000 impression rule, so it's not a big deal. The thing is, we don't know what's going to work. You just don't want to upload something that you're already feeling like would not have as much traction. Yeah, because it might surprise you. They might pick this image, you know, where we say like the other one is so much better, but the audience and their behavior patterns at the end of the day decide what is going to happen, not us. This one is not good because the light comes from the wrong direction. You can see the flare of the camera. They're using a light on the top right, which makes this part dark and this part light, where you want the front to be light and the back to be dark.
Yeah.
Right? So now it looks fake that way. Too zoomed in. Too zoomed in. This one is interesting. It looks more like a root vegetable coming from the ground like that, and there's a lot of things going on in this image. I feel like the best ones are the ones where there's like stillness in the image. There's not that much going on. There's just this one thing. So I'm just reflecting back on this one. Maybe I changed my mind. Yeah, let's include this one. Yeah, just as a test. I don't like the light coming, but it is so clear what to look at. Right, and compared to something like these or this one, there's so much going on here, especially because this thing, the leaf here, there's quite a variety of colors. This one would be a lot better, but this looks like Christmas jingles.
Okay.
Doesn't look anything like fungus or whatever you're trying to fit into your angle. I think primarily because the whole background is blurred out and there's no branch or anything. This could be a tarantula, right? I'm just saying some random words, but you can't tell this is a tree or whatever this is supposed to be. So this could be the top of a makeup brush.
Yeah. We
just can't tell. Or maybe it's an Easter egg, like a literal Easter egg because of the colors. This color palette is the grayscale. It's too dull, right? This is the faded purple, and we need the strong purple, not the faded color. The faded color, it's maybe a little bit metallic-like. It doesn't pop as much.
Oh,
Okay, mushrooms done. I think you have sufficient for the mushrooms in total. On the
no
approved
mushrooms
ones,
coming up there, huh?
you got more.
Yeah, after your comment from yesterday's masterclass about it not
All right, cool.
I tried, but it was very
Sure.
difficult to find something from
Sure.
the top.
I think even in general with this current set, you would have 15-20, which is already more than enough just to see how the anticipation of the audience is. What you don't want to do is go all in on the one angle and then it turns out that they have no interest for it. And then, because I think that the fish will do best.
Okay.
But we'll have to see, because the fish, I was just like, man, this guy sent me 10 images and they're all pretty great, right? The fish, you just like, that was like perfect. 1 second. My peoples, they need me, but I'm busy. Oh. Okay.
There was more of the fear angle. I don't know if I've got it right, but yeah, I tried at least. And I'll try again if I get some comments from you.
Yeah, I think this one is suitable. She's definitely obese. She doesn't look that happy. You can see in the settings she's in a hospital, so this one would be suitable. Yeah, this is suitable. It's definitely sketching out the real problem. Okay, so the problem here is a very good one that you supply this image, is that what is the thought that you would have with this image?
My thought was someone's trying to support her and she needs help. That's what I was thinking, but that's me.
Ah, okay. I think that she lost a lot of weight because the pants is so big, it doesn't fit her.
Okay. Makes sense.
Right. If you look here, how much space there's left, and they're holding it like, oh my God, we're so proud that our sister or mom or whatever the fuck it is, she lost so much weight. Right.
Okay.
If you look at her arms, that's a lot of loose skin she has right here. She's still fat as fuck, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of loose skin.
Okay.
Right. So would this be beneficial to portray maybe how much weight she lost?
Yeah.
Would it still be usable?
I don't know. No, you can't have it before and after. So.
Well, this would be the after then. Look how much weight she lost. Would it motivate somebody to lose weight as well?
Could possibly, yeah.
So then it would be usable, yeah?
Okay, so I'm going to say after then.
I don't know. Is it usable or not?
I don't think so. After looking
Why
at it
not?
now, because you straight away you said, "Oh, look, she's lost so much weight," and I'm trying to portray that she's a big lady, she needs support. That was my initial thinking.
Yeah. But let's say that we have somebody who's fat as fuck, right? Obese, and they see her progress. Would that not encourage them to look for more information?
Like a little bit more, yeah, motivation almost. Okay, look, yeah, she's done it. I can do it. Yes, I will agree with that.
So then it would be suitable, yeah?
Okay.
It's a trick question, Donovan. I lured you down into the rabbit hole. It's not suitable. I just wanted to get you here to make my point. The thing is, when people lose weight, they want to go for aesthetics, and loose skin is not aesthetic. So when they see this, they see that she lost weight, but they still see the flaps, the loose skin and everything. So whenever you do an after result, it can never include loose skin because that's not desirable.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Got you right there, boy.
Yeah, I must be aware of that.
So this one, remember the guy on the plane? It's kind of the same, you know, it's like, it takes a minute to see what you're looking at and then the attention is gone.
Okay, if she was looking at us, would that have been a little bit better?
Yeah, that would be better, and probably we would need a little bit more space. So it's a little too zoomed in. We need to zoom a little bit out, and it would be best if there's no people in the background because you're going to look at the other faces as well.
Yeah.
And we just want to look at her.
Cool.
I don't think something like this would get approved by compliance because this is like the deformities, right? Okay. He's not fat. He got some kind of disease.
Yeah. Elephantitis.
What did you say? Was going for the shock factor here. Yeah, but okay, so it doesn't work that well because from his legs and from his arms, you can see he's not fat. So you go for the shock factor. Yeah, his legs are fucked up, but we can tell that this is not fat because have you ever seen somebody who's super fat with big shins? No, they have big calves, but not big shins.
True.
Right? So this must be something else.
Yeah.
I wonder how he even walks. So this is something more for like a clickbait arbitrage style thing, like 5 secret diseases from the rainforest that you don't want to know about.
Okay.
Okay, contrast. Yeah, this is a stock image, or we would classify, it's not a stock image, but we would classify it's just too boring.
Okay, cool.
Right? Somebody asks you to stand there with the mask on and smile. It would also not get approved by compliance because masks in images refer to coronavirus, which they don't want to touch at all, ever.
Okay.
This one is epic. I love this image because this guy apparently he's loving life. He doesn't give a fuck about anything, right?
Yeah.
He's just
And he's also male, so I realized
he's carrying 2 children, maybe 3. It's the belly of his. That's crazy. I think it gives the wrong message because he's on the beach and he clearly doesn't care. Looking from his face, he's not in any struggle. He's just living his best life. Probably that was my first thought. So. Yes, he has a super big gut, but it's not uncomfortable for him.
Yeah.
Something like this would be good because it's super uncomfortable, yet we cannot identify that this is a woman sitting on a thingy inside Walmart.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It just looks like, it doesn't look like a common thing unless you would be maybe driving towards us.
Yeah.
Right? Right now, it takes too much time for us to identify what this actually could be.
Okay.
She's not in the picture properly, right? The couch is taking up most of her fatness.
I just took an impression on her face. Like
I like this one. So if you could find a different angle of this one, I think it might do really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is definitely not good. These guys are smiling.
Yeah.
Which is also not ideal. And what's important is if you, for example, take any movie, right? In a movie, there's always a main character and then sub-characters, right? So especially in your image, you got to think that we can only focus on one person, right? So here, both are portrayed super unhealthy, and both are the main character, which for the story, you as an individual can only compare yourself to one other and feel their similarities. If there are 2 others with the same problem, then it must be a problem in general. Then it's not my thing, then it's everybody's thing. Right? And that's what you don't want. So you definitely want to use one individual.
Cool.
I got nauseous looking at this. Fucking hell. Yeah, this one would be suitable.
Yeah.
You're just fat shaming right now. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I was scratching.
She's proud and shit, wearing a bikini to the beach. We got a hippo on the beach. Oh, what's called a whale stranded. Oh, savage.
That's savage.
That's savage. I get fucking demonetized for bullying online. No, I don't think this one is suitable. It's a little too far. You won't be able to see, well, you'll be able to see her, but the point is not that great.
Yeah.
There's little context around these images if they're this zoomed in, right, on the individual. So this one is fine. You could say woman from blah, blah, blah. But if you repeat that angle and just center it around the individual, there's not much creativity that you could have. Specifically with this, yeah, it's a fat guy in a chair. And what, right?
If it was zoomed out a little bit or not really?
Well, he looks quite comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And you can see from his shirt that he's fat, but he's not like dying fat, right? This guy just simply looks handicapped because he lives in an empty house. And look at his face. So I don't think this one is as suitable. There's also a professional light on him from the side. You can see?
Yeah.
On the floor. So I don't think this brings the message. And this one is also not suitable. So definitely something like this, but that's basic.
Yeah.
Right.
And the first 2.
And then
I think it was the
Yeah,
first two.
I think the weird ones, something
Yeah,
like this, but from the right angle, that would be best, right? Just
cool.
weird and strange. This one is great. This one is probably the best one,
Okay.
right? But this one is suitable. It's portraying the problem, but that's the whole thing with these sphere images. If they have some form of the sphere itself, you're pulling them in. But to make somebody aware of a problem, when they are at this current stage in their life, they probably have been tried to be convinced, but haven't.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know if this is something you should pursue more.
Okay.
I might just drop this angle because it's quite far-fetched. The direction that you're going, right? You could also take a different direction, but for what you're trying to do here, I don't know. Maybe just select the 3 images you have now and give it a shot, just on a very, very small test. But I wouldn't spend much more time on it.
Perfect. And then, yeah, it's just fungus there after.
Oh, fungus. All right, perfect. Let's have a look. Okay, again, we come to the pattern, bright on bright, which is not suitable, right? I think we have established that.
Yeah.
These look like glow sticks, not suitable. These looks like... You would have to write a unique headline for this one. Could be possible if you talk about the little chewing gums that they hold, or whatever they are, little Mentos.
Would you say this is like a flower toppling?
A flower tub.
Mm.
What's that?
No, just like a flower. So the last couple, there were a couple that you said could come across as a flower.
You think this looks like a flower?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. I can see the water in there, and I can see it looks like garlic cloves or Mentos. That's in. It's interesting. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, what are those things? I have many questions. So, but I don't think a general fungus headline would fit this. So I would just write a separate headline just for this one, just to test it. In MGID, you got to upload the creative and the headline separately anyway. So in that case, it's not a problem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is suitable. Hands presentation, right angle is like 8 out of 10 image, right? Oh, I've used this one before myself. That's a good find. This is not fungus, it's coral, no?
No, it is fungus, huh?
Yeah, fungus. Yeah, I've used this one before.
That fungus or something like that.
I've tested this like with 30 different images because it did perform quite well. I remember this one. Yeah, because it's like, it looks like the thingy that you squeeze and jello comes out.
Yeah.
Or pus, if pus were red. But yeah, this one, I love this one. It's not necessarily because you can see what it is. It's just, you see that it's something interesting and it's like, what am I looking at? And specifically, if you have like a strong open hook, like blah, blah, blah does this, then you just invite the people in to click.
Yeah.
This one is not good because it's a grayscale color. This one is, should I turn my head like to the left for this one, or what are we looking at? Looks like a coochie. Nah, this is not suitable. We can't really tell what we're looking at. It's like hair, or yeah, it's Donald Trump's wig maybe. This one is also not suitable because it blends in with these colors here in the background. You see?
Yeah.
Ooh, I would like this if it's a little bit more zoomed out.
Okay.
So we're a little too much on top of it, but it is interesting because the spikiness gives the border to the background, so it brings the orange a little bit forward, and it could be interesting. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about these eggs because they look like egg white with egg inside, right? But on the other hand, I'm like, the contrast is amazing. The white on the brown pops and the red on the white also pops. So the attention is there, and therefore I would test them, but they look like hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, this one is good, obviously. This is a really nice mushroom image. The thing is, right, the green here is present, but it's dark green, and it's not as much touching the core image, right? It's
Yeah.
all on the edge and it's not fully inside. And then like if you look at the entire center part, only here it touches, and you can see that it's a lot further to the back,
Yes.
right? And that's what basically over time you will see, and you will be able to identify images just as I can, like the depth, the color contrast, the color palette, like, and then you'll find a pattern of consistently high converting images. Hopefully. This one is too zoomed in.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful image, nothing to it otherwise. So could add it to your test list because it is unique, obviously, but I think it's too boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is nice. So this one definitely test it. Make it a little bit more zoomed out and preferably cut this watermark in Photoshop.
Where is the watermark? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, there.
Your boy is sharp, my friend.
Yeah, very sharp. I thought I caught them all.
I think this is too small.
Okay.
Too small because they curl around. So if we would go to the actual image, look how small they are already on this image, right? Can't really tell. I think the focus here might more be on the branch because it looked like kind of like, I don't know, with like snake skin or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Looks a little fake, but sure. You got your hairy thing. No. For this.
Well.
Yes, for this.
Yeah.
Orange. So the thing is with the, so this one is like a red-ish color, but it's not your fibing red. It's more like candy red,
Yes.
right? And it's kind of the same as this one. However, oh, wait. This one is a lot bigger part of the image. And the yellow on orange gives a unique dimension together with the spikiness of the head. So although these images are really similar compared to one another, there's huge difference between the uniqueness of the image. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, definitely does.
Perfect. I'm not feeling this. It looks like she's trying to eat a donut on a stick.
Okay, fair enough.
Did you use one like this before?
No, I haven't. I saw it and I thought, look, let me give it a try.
Yeah, because she's not presenting it. She's like trying to smell it or whatever. If you would present it, then obviously it's a professional photographer, like the background is blurred and stuff, then it might have some potential. But the things on her hand and stuff, you try to look at her face, she tries to look pretty. It's just too distracting.
Okay.
Too zoomed in.
Cool. And that's it. Those were the flowers that you said, no, not the right path to go down.
Okay, this is too boring. Can't tell what this is. This looks like a bird.
Yeah.
Right? It looks like a dove. You see?
No, definitely. That's why I put it there. I thought it might be something to draw attention, but clearly not.
Well, you ever see a pigeon outside?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah. Do you think that's a cool pigeon, or are you like, fucking hell, flying reds?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They dug outside the office. We have a huge field of grass, and they put like the plower through it. So you got all the fucking seagulls like trying to get the worms out of the ground. So I was like with my bike, and all these seagulls are flying, and all I'm thinking is, don't shit on my fucking head. I'm not thinking like, oh my god, these are majestic creatures. I would love to know more about seagulls.
Very true.
Right?
Very true.
These looks like French toast flour, especially this one. Yeah, that's not the right vibe. This one could be interesting, right? With but there's a lot of things going on in this image. The thing is coming out of the cocoon. You got this.
Yeah, if that wasn't there, I think it maybe would have been a little bit better.
Sponge thingy there. It is nice. I mean, they are aesthetic images. So you are just like this one. It's aesthetic, but this is like the anteater, right? Whatever it eats, the flower. It's just not that interesting in general.
Yeah.
So these images are beautiful. They have the contrast. They follow the 5 rules to a good creative. Mostly, it's just very hard to get the curiosity out of them. Yeah. Because we all know that this is a flower. I think we have all seen the flower bulb, right? things that we haven't seen that often is, let's say, well, like these style of mushrooms, they don't grow everywhere. The same thing that a tarantula is scary, right? The black one, because you don't have them anywhere. But a red one with black and white spots is even more scary. Why? Because they look more dangerous, right? Still a tarantula, just more scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that is important to consider.
Okay.
Well, I have some additional information for you, but I'll just cut the recording here. Everybody, thank you, Donovan, once more for being a guinea pig for the audience. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.